Hello students, in this video, let's solve the problems related to ratios. Welcome to our channel E-kalike. The first problem is, if A is to B is equal to 3 is to 4 and B is to C is equal to 6 is to 7, find what is A is to B is to C. Next is what is A is to C. So first let's write what is A is to B now. A is to B, you have 3 is to 4 and B is to C, you have 6 is to 7. See, in both the terms B is common, but B is not equal. In both the ratios, B is not same. To make it same, we need to take the LCM. So I have 4 as a B value in the first ratio and 6 in the next. So let's take the LCM. You get 2, you get 3. Therefore, LCM is 2 into 3 into 2 is 12. So now let's make A is to B as C. I have 12 here. I have 4 here. To make 4 as 12, I need to multiply 3 now. So whatever you multiply for the B, same thing should be multiplied to A also. You get 4 into 3. You get 9 is to 12 here. Same thing has to be done with B is to C also. See, I have 6 here. To make it 12, I need to multiply with the 2 there. So whatever I am multiplying for B, same thing should be multiplied to C also. So I get 12 is to 14 there. So now I can write A is to B is to C as 9 is to 12 is to 14. Now the second one, I need to find A is to C. You can see what is A. A is 9 and C is 14. So A is to C is 9 is to 14. Let's go for the second problem. If 3A is to 4B is to 60, find A is to B is to C. So let's write the ratio. 3A is to 4B is to 6C. Let's take this ratio as 3A is to 4B as one ratio and the other as 4B is to 6C. Now let's write in the form A by B. So A by B becomes 4 by 3. A by B is equal to 4 by 3. Here also same thing. B by C will be equal to 6 by 4. So now I can write this as A is to B is equal to 4 is to 3. Again I can write this as B is to C is equal to 6 is to 4. This can be further reduced to both get divided by 2 table. So I get 3 is to 2. You can see the B, you have 3 here. Again B, you have a 3 here. Now I can write A is to B is to C as 4 is to 3 is to 2. Since it is equal, I am writing as if it was not equal, you need to take the LCM, you have to make it equal and then you can write the ratio as we discussed in the last problem. The next problem is find the compound ratio for 1 is to 3, 3 is to 5 and 5 is to 7. So in the last video, we have learnt about the compound ratio. So what do you mean by compound ratio? We learnt compound ratio is nothing but the ratio between the product of antecedent to the product of consequent. So we learned this in our last video. So product of antecedent is to product of consequent. Now let us mark all the antecedent. So which are the antecedent there? So the antecedents are 1 into 3. You can see I'll round off this. 1, 3 and 5. These are the antecedents. So let's multiply everything. 1 is to 3 is to, 1 into 3 into 5 is to. The remaining are the consequence. So 3 into 5 into 7. So on multiplying this, I get 15. On multiplying this, I get 105. Again, the ratio can be reduced. That is 15 ones are, and this is 15 7. So the compound ratio is 1 is to 7 is the compound ratio for the given problem. The next problem is if A is to B is 1 is to 4. Then find the following. The first is the duplicate ratio. We have learned in the last video about the duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio is nothing but A square is to B square. In the place of A, we have 1, 1 square is 2. In the place of B, we have 4, it's 4 square, which is equal to 1 is to 16. So the duplicate ratio of 1 is to 4 is 1 is to 16. We also learned about the triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio is nothing but A cube is to B cube. So that's 1 cube is to 4 cube. So we get 1 is to 64. The triplicate ratio of 1 is to 4 is 1 is to 64. Next is a subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio is nothing but the square root of A is to square root of B. So we have root of 1 is to root of 4. So on reducing this, we get 1 is to 2. So the subduplicate ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 4 is 1 is to 2. Next, we have the subtriplicate ratio, that is cube root of A is to cube root of B. So in the place of A, I have 1. So cube root of 1 is 2. Cube root of 4 I have. So on reducing this, I get 1 is to cube root of 4. It is not further reduced, it remains same. Therefore, subtriplicate ratio of 1 is to 4 is 1 is to cube root of 4. Next, we have the reciprocal. So we learned in the reciprocal ratio, that is 1 is to A is to 1 by B. So we get in the place of 1 A, we have 1. In the place of B, I have 4. Therefore, the reciprocal ratio is 1 is to 1 by 4. So on further, it gets reduced to 4 is to 1. The next question is, if P minus X is to Q minus X be the duplicate ratio of P is to Q, then prove 1 by P plus 1 by Q is equal to 1 by X. So we already learned about the duplicate ratio in the last two videos. So let's write the duplicate ratio. So let's write what's in the question now. P minus X divided by Q minus X is the duplicate ratio, means it is P square by Q square. Let's cross multiply this. So on cross multiplying, Q square come towards this multiplied with P minus X. So you have P square multiplied with Q minus X. Now let's multiply to each terms. Now we get Q square P minus Q square X, which is equal to P square Q minus P square X. So let me bring this P square Q towards this side and Q square X towards this side. So what happens? Let us see. Q square P minus P square Q I'll get, and I'm bringing Q square X. So it changes its sign and become positive. Now I have P square X. So you can see in this PQ is common and in this Q is common. Let's remove the common and we'll write it. So in this PQ is common, what remains? Q minus P remains. In this X is common and we get Q square minus P square. So we can apply the formula there, A square minus B square. So on applying, I'm going to expand this. I get Q minus P into Q plus P. You can see this get cancelled with this. Now what remains? PQ is equal to X into Q plus P. And bring X towards this side. It becomes PQ by X, which is equal to P plus Q. Now I bring PQ towards this side. I get 1 over X is equal to P plus Q divided by PQ. Since PQ is a LCM here, I can write P by PQ plus Q by PQ. I've just splitted the denominator to the numerator. So you can see here P and P get cancelled here. So P get cancelled with a P and Q get cancelled with a Q. So what remains now? So I get 1 over X is equal to 1 by Q plus 1 by P. That is 1 by P plus 1 by Q is equal to 1 by X. This is what we need to